If you were to ask me what my favorite video games were of all time, I'd confidently say The Sims 4 and Minecraft. They've been such a big part of my time on the internet. I saw an ad on the website for The Sims 3, which led me to Googling and finding this YouTuber called LifeSimmer. And from her, I basically waited for The Sims 4. I experienced her creating The Sims 3 videos, and I'm like, oh my god, they're coming out with a fourth one. Funnily enough, I also found Minecraft from LifeSimmer. This isn't really known, and I don't know if I could even find multiple POVs of this, but LifeSimmer was in an SMP with her friends called Crescent Creek. Friends on it were Pink Sim, Kiss a Bunny, Love Culture Girl, I think it was 26 at the end, and Geek to Games. Now, Geek to Games, but it's so funny because Geek to Games is the reason I even have FloJoUno. If it wasn't for the fact little me thought Geek to Games was just random noises, I would have not sat in my room and just spout out noises until I got FloJoUno. Yes, I thought Geek to Games were random noises. It's my first life. Give me a break. Give me a break. Now, The Sims 4 is a predecessor to the other three games. It's a life simulator. You can control people and control their lives. You can customize their clothes, their houses, see what type of stories you want to give them whatever personality traits, give them a whole bunch of stuff, because it's a life simulator. You live a life through those Sims. There's different relationships. You can romance whoever you want. You can do whatever you want as long as the game lets you. Now, Minecraft is a sandbox game made of cubes. You collect whatever item you see, whether it takes more resources or it takes just you barehanded punching a tree. You're gonna be able to just mine and craft and grab blocks. You can upgrade your stuff by gathering newer and better materials and gear up, do whatever you want. You can build the biggest builds, make contraptions with redstone, which is kind of like a technological thing in Minecraft. It's really cool. Don't understand it at all. Shout out Mumbo Jumbo. If I ever decide to actually use redstone, I know who to go to. With Minecraft, you just log on, create whatever you want. You can enjoy the music, the ambiance. You can challenge yourself. You can practice fighting things. You could practice building. I already said that. Farming. Who knows? When I play The Sims 4, I tend to just make Sims, give them silly, cute outfits, spend way too long giving them facial features that I don't see often. I have 2,000 hours on this damn game, and I could promise you 1,000 of those hours is just me and create a sim, or in build and buy and build, whatever it's called, and just decorating their houses. I swear to God, that's all I do in this damn game. I don't really play the game as the game. I mean, there's no correct way to play it, and with Minecraft, I do literally the same thing every single time. I get basic materials, I get stone tools, go mining, get iron, get diamond, and then once I have full diamond gear, or close enough, or I get bored of mining, I run for 1,000 blocks and just explore the land until, again, I get bored, and then I close the world and never go back in it. I just like mining and exploring, and that's how I like to play the game. I like looking at the game, seeing what it has to offer. I like mining, not necessarily fighting mobs. I'm not really good at fighting, but if I have to fight them, I'll suck it up. Fucking love me a shield. Thank God they added a shield, or I would have quit the game entirely. I fucking hate fighting. And of course, people will play the game differently than me. It's Minecraft and it's The Sims 4. You could play however you want. If you want to, you could make Sims and kill them in weird ways. And in Minecraft, you could go to the end and fight the Ender Dragon, get Elytra. Some people, they just want to make giant families in The Sims, and I don't know, Minecrafters want to build up to build height. You can do whatever. You could practice PvP in Minecraft, or you can cheat your way to the top of money. You know Lil Simsy? I don't know if you guys know Lil Simsy, actually. I just assume everyone is like me and knows all the YouTubers I watch. Anyways, both games are just playing to play, and whatever playstyle you have, you play it like that. I honestly think people forget that. Now, Minecraft is $30, and The Sims 4 is, well, when it released, it was $40. And as far as I know, Minecraft is a one-time fee. Maybe Bedrock is something different, but As far as I know, it's also a one-time fee. Any bedrockers, go talk in the comments, because I actually don't know. As far as I know, Java is you pay one time, that's it. The Sims 4 is entirely different. It is entirely different. With The Sims 4, you just have a bunch of DLC. Of course, they have like game updates and fixes, and I think it's called the laundry list. Like, they do update the game, but to actually add new things, they put it behind a paywall. They release game packs, expansion packs, stuff packs, and I think recently, I don't know how recent it is, but they added kits so you can get more items for less money. But again, you have to pay it all. There's also special times where they just kind of give you a task and then you get an item out of it, I guess, like a build item or cast item. And of course, you also have the holiday pack where you just get a Christmas tree, I think, and then you have another one with guitar, but those are the only free things. I mentioned packs earlier, so expansion packs are $40, game packs are $20, stuff packs are $10, and then kits are $5. And of course, as games get older, they go on sale, they get cheaper, and with The Sims 4, with how many DLC they have, those you get to bundle and get sales with them. I know a couple of times The Sims 4 was free. I don't know if it still is. I bought my game in 2016. Have no idea. Hopefully it is free. But none of the expansions and DLC and games and stuff packs, you all have to pay a price. Like, you have to pay. Every single one of them, you have to pay. Even the kits that give you a handful of items, a handful of things, you still have to pay $5 for it. With Minecraft, anything they add to the game, it is free. It has been like that since 2011, and I'm assuming it's been like that since the game released in like 2009. With these game updates, they add new mobs, new blocks, but people still complain. Modders have made this. These don't add much to the game. This mob is useless. Like, I get it. Like, I understand the frustration. Like, I truly do understand the frustration, but it makes me even more frustrated that Mojang is doing this for free. Yes, they want to see something new and they want to see something like cool added, but also this is for free and this game is over 10 years old. And yes, modders are capable to do all this stuff. They're capable to add all these new things, new mobs, new bosses, just like the modders. Mojang is doing it for free. The workers aren't, but you playing it, once you buy the game, that's it. That's all you need to do. And it makes me very upset because The Sims 4, if you want something new or cool, you have to buy it. But no, with Minecraft, it's like, oh, new mob, the warden? That's so cool. That's a whole new system I have to learn it with, and I don't have to pay for it? And a lot of games, I know a lot of games don't make you pay for updates. I get that, but also there's not a lot of games that are still actively updating like yearly and now like periodically in a year and be over 10 years old, 15 years old. I think it's 15. I don't know. It's free. And it's been going like this for so long. And a lot of these times I see people online and they're not appreciative of it. Because I know for a fact, if all of a sudden Mojang was like, hey, here's the Ender Dragon. You have to pay to get to the Ender Dragon. No one's gonna fucking pay. And everyone's gonna be pissed the fuck off. I want to say they're being super ungrateful. The Trial Chambers is something new they added in June 2024. We're almost at a year by the time I'm recording this. It's almost been a year since it got released. And it's really cool. I can't lie, it's really cool. You have a bunch of challenges to go through. You need to talk to a villager to get the map. You can get loot, you can get the mace. Everything's really cool. I personally hate it because I'm really bad at fighting in Minecraft and it stresses me out. Oh, this isn't it! Fuck! I hit the wrong button! Ah! People do complain about the mace being overpowered, but then it got nerfed. And people are saying it's useless. But in the grand scheme of things, I know people are appreciative of Minecraft. I know people are just excited that there's new stuff and they're grateful for like the desert having cricket noises or camels spawning naturally or getting fireflies. People love it and people are excited for that. And I'm not saying those people aren't valid. Of course I'm not. I am one of those people, but I've noticed a lot online. And you know, online isn't real life. I'll take their opinions like a grain of salt. They're not the majority. And I know they're not the majority, but since I'm online all the time, they are loud. They are the loudest. I play mods with The Sims 4, and sometimes I play mods in Minecraft. I do both. And with them both, and other modding communities, and I think all modding communities, they do it for free. And it's people who play the game and love the game that do it. But that will never change the fact some people don't know how to use mods. Or some people don't want to use mods. And some of the mods aren't close to base game. In Minecraft, you have like Chisel and Bits and what's it called? RL Craft that make the game super exciting and super personal and just all this cool stuff. And with The Sims 4, you have like realistic childbirth or whatever the period one is. I don't remember. Without the DLC, The Sims 4 is very empty. For everyone that isn't a simmer out there, this is a life simulation game and you have to pay to get weather. And again, with early base game, the furniture fucking sucked. It did. And recently they revamped the swatches, which I'm grateful for, and they made new hairstyles. I don't think they revamped hairstyles. I think they just made new ones. And like I appreciate that. That was base game and I love that. But if you want anything new, like anything substantial and new, you have to buy a pack. And as time goes by, it really drills into me how lackluster these packs are. Like The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. Of course you get cats and dogs in the expansion pack, but like that's it. You get some accessories for the pets and some like food bowls and stuff, but you don't get more options, which are basically hamsters, rats, and what they called void critters. You don't get that until you buy a second pack. So you buy the expansion pack, which is $40 for cats and dogs, and then you have to buy a game pack, which is $10 to get every, like, more accessories, more build items, more, like, you get a fucking cat tree if you buy the game pack for $10, plus you need the actual expansion pack, so that's $50 in total to play with bare minimum stuff. And in The Sims 3, when you had pets, you got more. You literally got more. You got horses, which, by the way, in The Sims 4, you have to buy another fucking $40 expansion pack to get horses, because the horses are in by themselves. You can do horse competitions. Guess what? You can do that in The Sims 3 too, but it's not gonna be like The Sims 4, where you have to buy a separate expansion for horses, a separate expansion for cats and dogs, but also the little pets. The only little pets you get are the fucking hamsters and rats. I love those too, but tell me why The Sims 3 had like lizards and snakes, stuff like that, in one pack, but you have to buy 2 different packs to get all the pets they had in Sims 3. Like, that's fucking insane. Anyways, it's been very fun to rant. I can only have so much hatred in my heart before I have to let it out, so for now, dag dag, which, by the way, for you non-simmers, it is goodbye in Simlish. For Minecrafters, imagine I am repeatedly punching the air and crouching.